Students, today I am going to start vector algebra. Vector algebra. Vector algebra. Vector. Vector means a quantity which has both magnitude and direction. A physical quantity which has both magnitude and specified direction is called a vector. A physical quantity which has only the magnitude is called a scalar. So, once the physical quantity has only magnitude, then it is called scalar. Besides magnitude, once it has a specified direction, that physical quantity is called a vector. Scalar, for example, time. If you consider time, we have only the magnitude. Similarly, temperature. Once you consider temperature, it has only magnitude, distance, etc. These physical quantities are said to be scalars. They have no specified direction. But whereas in case of vectors, besides magnitude, they must have specified direction. For example, velocity. Acceleration, like that. These physical quantities, etc., or physical quantities which are said to be vectors because they have direction as well as magnitude. This is the definition of a vector as per physics. Now coming to the definition of the vector in mathematics. Mathematically, a vector is defined as a directed line segment. A directed line segment may be considered as a vector. So, mathematically a vector is nothing but a directed line segment. What is meant by directed line segment? Suppose AB is a line segment. The direction of this line segment is considered from A to B. That means AB bar. The arrow mark is from A to B. Hence, the direction here, the direction of the line segment is considered from A to B. Such directed line segment is called a vector and it was denoted by AB bar, which is called a vector AB bar. It is denoted by AB bar or some you can denote it as small a bar or small p bar, like that. In notation, it may also denoted by small a bar. This is a vector whose direction is from A to B and whose magnitude is the length of the line segment AB, the distance between A and B. So, in mathematics, a vector is defined as a directed line segment. A line segment which has a specified direction. Here the specified direction is from A to B. This is the vector AB bar. For this vector AB bar, A is called initial point, B is called terminal point. A is called initial point and B is terminal point. So from initial point to terminal point, arrow mark is denoted like this and a vector is considered. So the direction is specified here and the length also considered as the length of the line segment here. Hence, every directed line segment can be considered as a vector mathematically. That is the definition of the vector in mathematics. A directed line segment is called a vector. Suppose AB bar is a vector which is denoted by AB bar or A bar, small a bar. This A is called the initial point of the vector and B is called the terminal point or ending point of the vector. The vector may be represented by initial point and its ending point, or you can represent it as A bar. The representation may be like this or like this. So anyway, vector is a directed line segment. That is the definition of the vector. Now coming to definition of scalar and vector. A scalar, a physical quantity which has only magnitude is called a scalar. For example, time, temperature, etc. Distance, work, etc. These are all comes under scalars. Whenever coming to vector, a physical quantity which has both magnitude and direction. Is called a vector. Both magnitude and specified direction, of course. Specified direction. A physical quantity which has both magnitude and specified direction is called a vector. For example, velocity. Acceleration, etc. Or physical quantity, physical quantity having both magnitude and direction. That is vector. This is the definition taken from physics. Mathematically, next point. Mathematically, a directed line segment is called a vector. In mathematics, a directed line segment is considered as a vector. For example, if AB is the line segment whose direction is from whose direction is from A to B is a vector AB bar. If AB, the line segment, is the line segment whose direction is from A to B, is a vector AB bar. It may also denoted by small a bar. In notation, it may be denoted by small a bar also. Of course, notation you can take either small a bar or small b bar or small c bar, whatever it may be, the notation. Here the vector AB bar is the line segment whose direction is from A to B. Here magnitude of the vector, here magnitude of vector AB bar is the length of line segment AB. Line segment AB. In notation, it is denoted by modulus of AB bar. Modulus of any vector gives us its length or the magnitude, its magnitude. And the direction is from A to B, of course. The point A is initial point and B is terminal point. Terminus, otherwise terminal point or terminus of the vector AB. Magnitude of the vector AB bar is length of the segment AB, line segment AB, which is equal to modulus of AB bar, magnitude of the vector. The magnitude of the vector is denoted by mod AB bar, and A is initial point and B is the terminal point of the vector AB bar. So mathematically, the vector is defined as a directed line segment. That is our definition of the vector in mathematics. Now, negative vector. Negative vector. If AB bar is a vector, then BA bar is called its negative vector. Negative vector. That is BA bar equal to minus AB bar. AB bar is the vector. AB bar is the vector whose direction is from A to B and the length is AB. Here initial point is A and ending point, otherwise terminal point is B. This is AB bar. The negative vector of AB bar is BA bar. BA bar. This is BA bar. Both AB bar and BA bar are taken on along a same line segment, otherwise of course here, but the direction is opposite to that of the direction of BA bar. The direction of BA bar is opposite to that of AB bar. In such case, BA bar is known as the negative vector of AB bar, or AB bar is known as the negative vector of BA bar. One is the negative vector of the other, because the vector AB bar's direction is from A to B, whereas the vector BA bar's direction is from B to A. They are having same magnitude, of course. In such case, BA bar is known as negative vector of AB bar, and it was denoted by minus AB bar. Moreover, the magnitude of AB bar, the length of the vector AB bar is same to that of the length of its negative vector also. That is because there is no change in length, but the direction is changed. That is modulus of BA bar itself. So, the magnitude of the vector is same to that of the magnitude of its negative vector. That is to be worth note point. That is, in other way, if AB bar is considered as A bar, then mod A bar is same to that of modulus of minus A bar. This is minus A bar. So that if A bar is a vector, minus A bar is its negative vector, whose direction is opposite to that of A bar. Next, unit vector. Unit vector. The vector whose magnitude is 1 unit, having a specified direction, is called a unit vector. So, a directed line segment having of length 1 unit is nothing but a unit vector. So, a vector whose magnitude is 1 unit, whose magnitude is 1 unit, is called unit vector. Unit vector. The magnitude of the vector is 1 unit, then it is called unit vector. If A bar is a vector, then its unit vector is denoted by its unit vector. If A bar is a vector, then its unit vector is denoted by A cap or A crown. You can call it as A crown or A cap. A cap equal to A bar by its magnitude. A bar by its magnitude. That is called unit vector. Once a vector is divided by its magnitude, we get the unit vector in this direction, unit vector in that direction of A bar. So, this is the unit vector in the direction of A bar having its magnitude 1 unit. That is the point. A bar is a vector, then its unit vector is denoted by A cap, whose magnitude is given by 1 unit. So, A bar by modulus of A bar is nothing but A cap itself. Here this is a scalar, this is a vector. You can divide a vector with a scalar. Okay. You cannot divide a vector with another vector. This is not possible. But you can divide a vector with a scalar. So, magnitude always gives us a scalar. The length of the vector is a scalar. So, modulus of A bar is a scalar, but this is a vector. You are dividing the vector with a scalar. that is possible, which is denoted by A cap. A cap. The unit vector in the direction of A bar. So A bar is a vector, then its unit vector is denoted by A cap, A bar by modulus of A bar. Here, modulus of A cap equal to 1 and direction of A cap is direction of A bar itself. Direction of A bar itself. Direction of A bar itself. Next point. Next point. If AB bar is a vector, unit vector in this direction, unit vector along A bar, along AB bar is equal to AB bar by its magnitude, its length. Simply you can take it as AB bar by AB, the length AB itself. Magnitude of the line segment AB bar is nothing but AB itself. Hence, the unit vector in the direction of or along AB bar is AB bar by its magnitude. Unit vector, suppose this is AB bar. AB bar. The unit vector in the direction having unit length is AB bar by modulus of AB bar. Any unit vector in the direction is called its unit vector in that particular direction. It was denoted by A cap in notation or like that, AB bar by modulus of AB bar. Similarly, zero vector. Zero vector. The vector whose magnitude is 0. The vector whose magnitude is 0. It's a vector whose magnitude is 0. That is a point. Geometrically, it is a point. The vector whose magnitude is 0, that is geometrically a point, is called zero vector. A zero vector. For example, A bar. The initial point and ending point is same. Once initial point and ending point is same, it represents a point. So like that, BB bar, PP bar, OO bar, etc. or zero vectors. Represents zero vectors. Geometrically it represents a point, of course. Geometrically it represents a point. That is called zero vector. Next, co-initial vectors. Co-initial vectors. Co-initial vectors means if two vectors have same initial point, then they are said to be co-initial vectors, two or more vectors. For example, PA bar is a vector, PB bar is another vector. Suppose PC bar is another vector. PA bar, PB bar, PC bar are three vectors whose initial point is P itself. The terminal points are defined here. Such vectors are called co-initial vectors. The vectors having same initial point is called, of course the direction may be changed here. The vectors having same initial point is called co-initial vectors. Such vectors are said to be co-initial vectors. Next, parallel vectors. Two vectors are said to be parallel whenever they are along a same line or along two parallel lines. Suppose this is A bar. Another vector is like this, B bar. Here the vector is along this line and B bar is another vector along this line. These two lines are once parallel, then the vectors are parallel. That means if the vectors are along parallel lines or along a same line also, this is one type of parallelism. Of course, this is one type of parallelism. PQ bar is A bar, PR bar is B bar. Then A bar is parallel to B bar. This is also A bar is parallel to B bar. This is one case and this is another case. Hence, if the vectors are along same line, same supporting line, of course, like this, or along parallel lines, then the vectors are said to be parallel vectors. Here A bar is parallel to B bar. Here is also A bar is parallel to B bar. PQ bar is parallel to PR bar. Both PQ and PR are the line segments along the same line, and the directions are also equal. Hence, A bar is parallel to B bar. Of course, for parallel vectors, the direction need not be parallel. For parallel vectors, this is one vector, this is another vector. Here is also A bar is parallel to B bar, parallel, they are along parallel lines. The direction need not be same. But they should be along same parallel lines, or same line or parallel lines. So if the vectors are along same line or along parallel lines, then the vectors are said to be parallel vectors. So these are all examples of parallel vectors. In this case, A bar and B bar have opposite directions, but they are parallel. In such case also they are considered as parallel vectors. In this case, both A bar and B bar are in the same direction and parallel. In this direction, A bar and B bar are along same supporting line. In such case also they are said to be parallel. Next one. Collinear vectors. Collinear vectors. The parallel vectors are always collinear. The parallel vectors are said to be collinear. The parallel vectors always said to be collinear. Collinear vectors. Either they are along a specified line or parallel lines, or having opposite direction also, they are collinear vectors. Coplanar vectors. Coplanar vectors. Coplanar in the sense, if the vectors belongs to same plane, geometrical plane, if the vectors belongs to same plane, then the vectors are coplanar vectors. Coplanar vectors. Suppose this is our plane. AB bar lies in the plane. PQ bar lies in the plane. Both AB bar and PQ bar are coplanar vectors. Like otherwise, you can take CD, another vector like this. So AB bar, PQ bar, CD bar belongs to the same plane. Then they are said to be coplanar vectors. This is a plane. One plane, geometrical plane. Once the given vectors, either 3 or more or 2 or more, lies in the same plane, then the vectors are said to be coplanar vectors. Coplanar vectors. Coplanar vectors need not be parallel or coinitial vectors. They may be like this, or they may be coinitial also, like this. AB bar, AC bar and AP bar, like this. Here AB bar, AC bar, AP bar are co-initial as well as coplanar vector. As well, coplanar vectors. These are not here only coplanar vectors. Here AB bar, PQ bar, CD bar are coplanar only. Coplanar. They are not co-initial. So here is also coplanar, and there the three vectors are coplanar. But here for all the vectors the initial point is same. Hence they are coplanar vectors as well as co-initial vectors. So co-initial vectors need not be coplanar. Similarly, coplanar vectors need not be co-initial vectors. That should be observed. equality of the vectors, equal vectors, equal vectors. The direction and magnitude, the direction and magnitude of the vectors. Two vectors are equal, then the vectors are said to be equal. Then the vectors are said to be equal. The direction and magnitude of two vectors are equal, then the vectors are equal. I will take like this. Of course, I will specify the direction with this arrow marks. Okay, suppose like this. Here PQ bar is same to that of SR bar, equal, because the length is equal, because suppose this length equal to suppose this length, and QR equal to PS. In such case, PQ bar is same to that of SR bar. The direction is also same and length is same. Once here is 90 and this is 90, then you can say that PQ bar and SR bar equal, and similarly PS bar equal to QR bar, or equal vectors if PQ equal to SR, PS equal to QR. If the lengths are equal and the directions are equal here, they are parallel also, parallel and collinear also. These two are collinear, these two are collinear and parallel and equal also. So equal vectors are always collinear, equal vectors are always collinear, and they are also parallel vectors. But the converse need not be true. Equal vectors, equal vectors are always parallel within the bracket collinear vectors. But the converse need not be true. But the converse need not be true. Parallel vectors need not be collinear vectors, because one vector is in this direction, another vector is in this direction. These two are only parallel vectors, collinear vectors, but not equal vectors. These are the different types of vectors. Now coming to algebra of the vectors. Once a vector is defined, how to add or subtract two vectors. Algebra in the sense how to operate the basic operations, addition and multiplication over the vectors. That is the concept which comes under vector algebra. So, this is vector addition. Coming to vector addition, how to add two vectors. Let us consider a situation. A man starts from the point A and reaches B, and then he turns towards C and reaches C. Now a question arises, what displacement happened in this case? Once a person is travelled from A to B and then B to C, what is the displacement of the person? The displacement of the person is from A to C itself. It is not AB plus BC. The displacement is A to C. So, this situation can be analyzed with the help of this vector concept. Once you consider AB as a vector, this is one vector and BC is another vector, then the sum of these two vectors gives us the resultant of these two vectors, which gives us the vector along the displacement. That means AB bar plus BC bar is denoted by AC bar. So, if AB bar and BC bar is a vector, then addition of these two vectors, addition is defined as AB bar plus BC bar as another vector AC bar, which is called triangle law. Because AB bar is along one side of the triangle and BC bar is another side of the triangle. The resultant of addition AB plus BC gives us the vector along the third side of the triangle. Such operation here, addition of vectors, is nothing but triangle law of vector addition. Here we have to observe that to add two vectors, the ending point of the first vector should coincide with the ending point of the second vector in the addition. These two must be coincides together. Then you can say that the sum of the two vectors is another vector. So, addition is compatible in such case. The resultant gives us another vector. Suppose AB bar plus BC bar is two vectors. AB bar and BC bar are two vectors. In such case, you can add AB bar and BC bar, which gives us another vector. The addition of vector called addition of vector, that is AC bar. So, this is called vector addition. By definition, it is vector addition. It gives us vector addition and called as triangle law, which is called triangle law. Which is called triangle law of addition. Triangle law of addition. Triangle law of addition. That means AB bar is one vector along one side and BC bar is another side. On adding these two vectors, we get the vector along the third side of the triangle. Hence, it is called triangle law of addition. Otherwise, simply call it as triangle law. So, two vectors are compatible to add once the ending point of one vector coincides with the initial point of the other vector. Suppose this is called A bar and this is called B bar. By notation, if it is A bar and this is B bar, then this is nothing but A bar plus B bar. In notation, you can take like this. So, A bar is one vector and B bar is another vector. Both A bar and B bar are compatible to add. The resultant vector is nothing but A bar plus B bar. Hence, AC bar is A bar plus B bar. That is, in notation, if AB bar equal to A bar and BC bar equal to B bar, then AC bar equal to AB bar plus BC bar, which is nothing but A bar plus B bar itself. The third, the vector along the third side is A bar plus B bar. This is called vector addition of the, this is called vector addition. Vector addition. So, the addition of two vectors gives us another vector. The resultant of the addition of two vectors gives us another vector always. That is one important point. The addition of vectors, that is resultant of addition, gives us another vector. Another vector. Which is the triangle of vectors. Now coming to properties of addition. Properties of addition. If 0 bar is null vector or zero vector. 0 bar is, if 0 bar is null vector or zero vector, then A bar plus 0 bar is same to that of 0 bar plus A bar equal to A bar itself. That means adding zero vector or null vector to any of vector, we get the same vector. Here 0 bar is called vector identity with respect to addition, additive identity. Additive identity. Additive identity. For example, AB bar is a vector. Once we add BB bar, this is null vector whose magnitude is 0. It represents a point itself, B, the point B itself. So once you add AB bar and BB bar, again we get AB bar itself. AB bar itself. So this is a null vector. Like that, once you add a null vector or zero vector to any vector, we get the same vector. In such case, that null vector is called additive identity. Additive identity. Next, if A bar is a vector and minus A bar its negative vector, then A bar plus minus A bar is 0 bar, which is minus A bar plus A bar itself. Once we add a negative vector of any vector to itself, we get the null vector, because this is a vector and this is a vector. Once and adding two vectors, we get a vector. Hence, you should not say this is 0. You should say this is 0 bar, null vector. So, the sum of the two vectors is again a vector. Hence, it represents the 0 vector, not 0. 0 is a scalar, but 0 bar is a vector. That difference must be observed here. So, once you add the negative of that vector to that vector, we get 0 vector. Here minus A bar is called additive inverse of vector A bar. Additive inverse of vector A bar. Suppose B bar is a vector such that A bar plus B bar is 0 bar, then this is certainly B bar equal to minus A bar, the additive inverse itself. Because A bar plus B bar is 0 bar, the null vector. Here B bar is certainly called negative of that vector A bar. Next, if A bar comma B bar are two vectors, then A bar plus B bar is same to that of B bar plus A bar. That means vector addition follows commutativity. That is, vector addition follows commutative law. Addition follows commutative law. Geometrically, it was denoted by this one. Suppose AB bar is a vector A bar, BC bar is a vector B bar. Immediately AC bar is a vector given by A bar plus B bar. This is the vector. By triangle law of addition, AB bar plus BC bar is AC bar. Taking another vector D parallel to that of BC and equal to BC itself, this is also B by equality of the vectors. By equality of the vectors, once this is B, this is also B. Once you consider AD bar as equal to BC and in the same direction, you can take it as B bar, and DC bar is equal to AB, then this is called A bar. The same AC bar may be written as AD plus DC also. Hence, this is B bar plus A bar. Both A bar plus B bar and B bar plus A bar represents the same vector AC bar. So, therefore, here AC bar is, you can represent as AB bar plus BC bar or AD bar plus DC bar. Therefore, A bar plus B bar is same to that of B bar plus A bar. Once ABCD is a parallelogram, where ABCD is a parallelogram. Once it is parallelogram, this length equal to this one, this length equal to this one, and you are taking the directions also same. BC direction is same to that of AD direction. DC is equal and having same direction with AB. Hence, these two are equal and these two are equal. So, instead of A bar plus B bar, the same vector also may be represented by B bar plus A bar. from this one. So hence vector addition follows commutative law. This is known as parallelogram law. Once you construct a parallelogram with the help of A bar and B bar as adjacent sides, then certainly the vector AC bar is along one diagonal, then A bar plus B bar is same to that of B bar plus A bar, which is known as parallelogram law of the vectors. By parallelogram law of the vectors, you can say that vector addition follows commutative law. So by parallelogram law of vectors, this is called parallelogram law of vectors. A bar plus B bar represents the diagonal of the vector, of the parallelogram, which may be also represented by B bar plus A bar itself. Hence A bar plus B bar is same to that of B bar plus A bar. AC bar may be represented in both ways, either A bar plus B bar or B bar plus A bar. So hence this is called parallelogram law of vectors, or commutative law is followed by vector addition. Next, vector addition follows associative law. That is A bar plus B bar plus C bar is same to that of A bar plus B bar plus C bar itself. A bar plus B bar plus C bar is same to that of A bar plus B bar plus C bar itself. Now, geometrically, let us suppose AB is A bar. C, this is B bar. Then this is A bar plus B bar, AC bar. Now let us consider CD is C bar. CD bar is C bar. Now once you add AD bar, once you consider AD bar is AC bar plus CD bar, which is nothing but A bar plus B bar plus C bar itself. Now from the figure, let us consider as it is proof. Let AB bar is A bar, BC bar is B bar. So that implies A bar plus B bar is AB bar plus BC bar is AC bar. This is one vector. And let CD bar equal to C bar. Then AD bar is AC bar plus AD bar, CD bar. That is A bar plus B bar plus C bar. This is the vector AD bar. Similarly, once you take this diagonal, but BC bar plus CD bar equal to B bar plus C bar itself. The ending point of this vector is nothing but the initial point of the other vectors. So the addition is possible in between these two vectors. Hence you can write it as BD bar, which is nothing but, that implies B bar plus C bar is BD bar itself. This is the vector BD bar. Now, the AD bar is nothing but, the vector AD bar is nothing but, you can write it as AB plus BD. You can observe that the ending point of this vector coincides with the initial point of this vector. AB plus BD can be written as AD. AB bar, that is A bar, plus BD bar is B bar plus C bar. The same vector AD bar may be represented by A bar plus B bar plus C bar, whereas that is the same vector is A bar plus B bar plus C bar. So therefore, in both the cases, AD bar may be represented with either A bar plus B bar plus C bar or A bar plus B bar plus C bar itself, from this one and from this one. Hence, the vector addition follows associative law. The vector addition follows associative law. Once AD bar may be written as AC plus CD, whereas AC is AB plus BC. The same AD also written as AB plus BD, whereas BD is BC plus CD. Like that, you can show the associative law of the vector addition. The associative law of the vector addition. So, vector addition follows commutative law,